Okay. All right. So we are live now, I think. We're going to wait till exactly 7 o'clock and maybe a couple minutes more before we get going with the main event. Just so any stragglers can show up, because I don't want anyone to miss the highs and the lows of me rolling and despairing. So for the moment, I'm just going to, let me see, check out what's going on with my free quests. Anyone in the chat, feel free to say hello. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be doing some fun stuff tonight. Once we get to around 7 o'clock. For the moment, I am just looking at everything. Goodness, I still have a lot of free quests in here. That'll be a day and a half later on. So I'm going to go to the summon screen just because that'll be interesting. Oh, nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Boop, boop, there we go. So these are our targets for the evening. Primarily Kama, but you know, Parvati might be nice. Also, friend point stuff, but I'm gonna have to wait for that. Story banner. Probably not in a million years. Let me see now. What else can I do just to use up some time while we are waiting? Let's see if I can quickly do some servant leveling. Who have I got still kicking around? I'll level this guy up a little bit. I'm fairly certain we cannot actually get little Da Vinci here as a servant for a little while yet. I think it's not going to be till maybe, July? I think it, or right before the Las Vegas event in August maybe. I can't recall off the top of my head. Not super interested in her as a servant, but that could be fun. Alright. We are about 1 minute away from 8 o'clock. Well, good evening, Care Bear. That's a cute emote. Yeah, we are moments away from the madness beginning. I'm just keeping an eye on the time on my phone here. I don't know why I feel a tiny bit of fluttering in my stomach nervousness. I suppose I'm more worried about doing the rolls and getting absolutely nothing and almost invalidating a couple months now of careful planning and saving. Though this still isn't the ultimate goal for all the saving and planning. That's not going to come till August. But for the moment... Alright, we have reached 7 o'clock, so I'm going to go sit in the summon menu and just talk until about 5 after. We're going to let some stragglers show up. But for those who are already here and watching, thank you. And we're going to run down what we're rolling for tonight. So, the primary two servants on Raid Up tonight, if Raid Up is not a lie, as the meme goes, are these two lovely ladies here. we have on the left Parvati, who is a 4-star Lancer. I hear she's pretty good. I don't actually need much more of Lancers right now, but I'm slowly acquiring what are known as quick servants, more quick servants, and apparently she is very good for those kinds of teams, so I wouldn't mind getting her, but obviously the big focus here is the 5-star, the much more rare servant on the right, Kama, who is a bit of a complicated servant. She is linked to an Indian god of love, so to speak, formless love that spreads throughout the universe and all that, and also something else that will come up in the story maybe later on. And the interesting thing is both of these servants is that they are both in a way possessing the same person. In the original Fate Stay Night visual novel and the animes, there's the character of Sakura, and she has been sort of split in half here as I understand it. All her good traits are sort of being taken by Parvati on the left there, and all the not so good traits have been taken by Kama on the left. She is, no, actually I've got it backwards, right and left, sorry. Kama is on the right. Kama is ultimately the villain of the story chapter we're going to be going through a bit tonight. It's interesting to me that they've also put her first ascension on the banner here, and she is her most seemingly innocent. I'm interested to see the dynamic between these two characters, because I know they are very heavy in the story that we're going to be doing. I'm curious, because I've only had very little experience with Parvati in the story. I did a trial quest for her where you just got to try her out and you get summoned at the end. I'm like, oh, maybe you'll get her with one ticket. No, that almost never happens. Funny story, actually. This whole event got started really early this morning after a maintenance night, and I was so excited to get going and everything. This morning, I decided to roll with the one single ticket I had, though it had occurred to me, if I got super extremely lucky and actually rolled Kama with that one ticket, it would put me in kind of a funny spot for the stream tonight, because then I wouldn't really be getting the most value out of my resources then if I rolled for her again. Because admittedly, getting duplicates is nice, because you can increase their Noble Phantasm, their ultimate abilities level, but the odds of that are even crazier than just getting it rolling for the servant once. So, suffice it to say, I did not get Kama with that one ticket. I think I got like a 3-star servant, which I probably don't even need, so that's kind of funny. You know what? We're enough into things now. So, the plan for tonight is we are going to roll on the 10 summon level 5 times. I'm actually going to have a little piece of paper here in case I get so crazy that I forget how many I've done. That will not deplete our quartz reserves. In fact, it actually won't even do half. But that is because, despite the fact that Kama is a limited servant, difficult to get, like you can only roll for her inside this event, my primary objective, and that I want to roll for 10 times, is Merlin. And he's not coming up till August. And not only that, there are a few other events in between that I may want to roll at least maybe once or twice. There's one coming up just, I think, in late April. And getting quartz, the resource, is not super easy. You get a little bit every other day or something, but because I've cleared through most of the story of the game already, my big payouts are pretty few and far between now. So I am very carefully watching my resources as they come in. So thankfully, there have been a few events recently that have dropped a decent amount of quartz, and I've been conserving, and I've been chipping away at things I can do in the game which do get me quartz, but it's a slow process. And tonight is the fruits of those labors. I've worked hard, and now I have enough resources to roll even a decent amount. 5 rolls is, I think, pretty good. So, please let me know in the chat if sound is okay, if I'm coming through alright, or if the music from the game is overpowering. We are going to get started on this. I'm not going to blitz through these by just tapping once it gets started to skip all the actual spinnings and stuff, because half the fun of this, thank you chat, is watching and trying to guess what's going to happen, because sometimes there are visual cues when you start rolling, and sometimes they can be misleading, and sometimes things can come out of nowhere, so it's a little exciting. It's like, I don't know, watching lotto numbers come up on the television show or something. So, without further ado, I'm going to glance at the lovely fan art that I'm using as a catalyst to try and make this summoning work better on my computer screen. And we're going to get going. Alright, this will be 10 roll number 1. Sakura Special Bento. That's not exciting roll yet anyway. That's just a 3-level craft essence. A 3-star. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, Silver Lancer. Oh, it's Diermed. Oh, goody. The poor man's Kukulane. No offense, Diermed, or those who are fans of Fate Zero. Oh, okay, so a 5-star craft essence for the event. That is both pretty, and it'll be useful. So that's not bad. Oh, the 4-star craft essence. That'll also be helpful. These, the event craft essences increase the drop rates of event-specific currencies. Oh, what is this? Oh, come on. No. Sometimes it sparks. Oh. I mean, I kind of like Jin-Kei after a bit in the story with her, but I already have, like, as many as her I need. Oh, come on! No. Oh, Ryder. What do we got? Oh, it's poor Boudica, who they did a disservice to with that outfit. Ah, poor Boudica. Alright. Oh, what do we got? Oh, a gold archer. What? Chiron? Oh, that's interesting. I mean, very unexpected. Famous centaur of Greek mythology, who actually becomes a centaur as you ascend. I mean, so that's not nothing for this first roll. Oh, what's this? Big build-up. What is it? Oh, Berserker. Oh, Darius the Third. The antagonist from 300. No, wait, no. I can't actually remember now. What do we got now? Oh, hold on. There's a sparkle there. Nope. Ah, Hassan of the 100 Personas. Weaponizing mental illness, unfortunately. Nope. Okay, Chiron's gonna say something.
Servant Archer, Keiro, 参上しました。我が知識が少しは役立てばいいのですが。ともあれ、よろしくお願いします。あなたのため、力を尽くしましょう。
I do like Chiron. He had a nice kind of showing in Fate Apocrypha anime, where he was kind of a very cool-headed guy. I mean, it'd be nice if he was just a centaur all the time. So, first roll, I mean, I got a 4-star servant, so that's not bad. Certainly not what I was looking for, but 2 of the event craft essences are nice as well. So that is 1 roll. So we can get a better look at this. I'm dragging all this out. This is a lovely looking craft essence. So, funnily enough, despite what it may look like in here, these are 3 French servants in here. In the front, we've got Marie Antoinette. We've got Chevion Dion in the back, to the left with the blue. And then we have dear old Astolfo on the right, whose gender is none of your business. Well, no, he's a guy. Astolfo's quite the character. And then here, I think this is Kiara, maybe? Who's a very... actually, you know what? I'm not sure. With the green eyes, I'm a little unsure who that is. Hold on. I don't know, actually, who that is. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell. The green eyes might be a giveaway, but it's not going in for me. Alright, enough stalling. Oh yes, I'm a nerd. But yes, who is the bigger nerd? The nerd or the nerd who follows them? I'm going on to the next roll now. Alright, second roll, everyone. Wish me luck. Oh, oh, big money, big money, big money. No? Oh, no, Ryder. I mean, I like Medusa, but I already have 5 of her, and I've already, like, leveled her up a bunch, so... Oh, that is, unfortunately, junk. That is going to be turned into resources. Oh, gold sparkle, gold sparkle. What do we got? What do we got? Come on. Come on, come on. Yes! Yes! Oh, we got her, guys. Oh my god, we got her. Oh, god. Oh, boy, now we're gonna have to make decisions. Oh, we got Kama. Oh, it's Saber Gilderay. With his weirdly smooth face. Okay. Oh, another 4-star craft business. Lovely. Hey, the 3-star craft essences. So now we have one of each of the event craft essences. Yes, I appreciate you guys bringing me luck. I got on the second roll. Oh, Verdant Sound of Destruction. I'm not sure I have that one. Hello, Ilya. It's nice to see you alive. That's kind of trash. But hey, I'm not going to complain after the luck I've had so far. Oh, what do we got here? A caster of some kind. Oh, it's Mephistopheles. Please go away, you scary clown who makes bombs. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Caster again. Hey, it's Avisibron, who I like a lot more now after a story section where he was very helpful. Comma, 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 guys. Oh. Taking a while to load this little servant introduction. There we go.
本当はここにお邪魔する予定なんてなかったんですけど、諸事情ありまして。私はカーナ、愛の神です。でも、私に恋愛相談とかはしない方がいいと思いますよ。
There's something unsettling about her gaze. But hey, that is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, that's pretty good. You know, we got 2 4 stars, craft essences, mind you, and a 5-star. That's pretty good. So, a decision has to be made here now, because I had set aside 5 rolls for this. But we got comma on the second roll. So, doing some math in my head real quick. What we're going to do is, just in case I can maybe get a second level of her NP, Noble Phantasma, getting a double of her, which is very unlikely, but I wouldn't mind also trying once more just to try and get Parvati as well, because she's pretty good, I hear, and she would also, I think, be pretty good with Kama, which would be a weird kind of paradox kind of thing, because I think they're both quick servants. So we're going to try one more 10 roll. I'm just going to open this up. I want to see what it does. Oh, that is not great. Kind of basic. I think that's a year 1 craft essence. Let's see, dear old comma. I love lotus flowers. They look beautiful. apparently, in the lore or something, she is actually supposed to be an archer servant. She uses a bow despite being assassin. Dang it, look at all those passives. Alright, so we're going to do one more 10 roll, just because that, back in the day, that was the original amount of rolls I was going to do for Kama. So, one more. Who knows what we could get? I now have no expectations. I'm going to keep rolling, chat. This is the one more. But after that, then we're going to dip into the story. Because another purpose of this stream is to do a stress test. I've only ever streamed for about 1 hour and change. We're going to try and do for at least 2 hours this time. Oh hey, projection! I'm actually not sure if that's any good. It looks nice. It's always good to see Shiro, Hero of Justice. Ah, another 3-star craft distance. That'll be helpful for the event. No! Not the Mapu Tofu! It's too spicy! Yeah. Athen the Gobbler. Oh. What do we got? Caster of some kind? Oh, it's Von Hohenheim. Not to be confused with the character of the same name from Full Metal Alchemist. Ah, Codecast. And Rin, that is not a skirt. The moon is weird, guys. The moon is weird. I think that's, now that I think about it, I think that might be Vlad the Impaler on there, in the front there. Oh. What do we got? Oh, something big. What is it? What is it? Ah, come on, spark to gold? No. Oh, I think I might have full of him already. Come on. Big money. Nope. Ryoto Temple. Familiar for anyone who has seen any of the Fate routes. So, third roll, not the best. We did get 2 4-star craft essences, which is nice. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're not the best. I think they're both year 1. But, you know, 2 event craft essences, so that's not bad. I might actually be able to max it out. So you know what? Before we go into the story, though, I have been saving up assassin level up materials for another character that we're going to be getting for free in April. But since we got Kama, let's level 50 is our first ascension. We're probably not going to be able to do that, but let's just try giving her as much as we can. Okay, boop. Zod. Come on, super success with the level up. A little extra would be great. No. What's with that face? What's with the face? Alright, how many more assassin things do I have? A decent amount. We might get her to her first ascension. I mean, I kinda doubt it, but... How many more? Oh, actually we might! You guys will see what happens when, you increase the power of a goddess of love. Alright, let's see what... Can we get to 50? Oh, no, we're running out of... I don't know if the silvers are going to be... No. So we have to hope for a big success, a special success on the level up, or we're going to have to wait for another day. But I'm probably going to stick her in the back row of the party because, at least for the event, she gets increased bond levels. Ah, curses. I was hoping for a success. So, yeah. Yeah. So we're not getting her up to 50 quite yet. So, what we're going to do now, to continue with the test, is we're going to dive into the story that Kama features heavily in. Well, it's about her. She may not show up that much till the end. So, let's go. Now, just as a fair warning, Fate Grand Order is, for a large part, a visual novel game. And if I recall, if it's anything like the previous prologues and starts of events, there's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of reading. So, just be warned. Yes, this quest has no battles. I wonder if they'll play the trailer in the app. Nope. Here you go, Senpai. I decided to try herbal tea today. What do you think? It smells great. I was so happy when I found out that Sion had brought along these sorts of luxury goods. Oh. Oh, there it is. Yes, of course. Having nothing but bland supplements would ruin the camp-like atmosphere. We're inside of a mountain in the middle of the ocean, Sion. How's it a camp-like atmosphere? I am fine with only the bare minimum of resources necessary to survive myself, but I cannot speak for anyone else. She drinks blood, or at least an artificial blood, because she is a weird sort of vampire? I'm not sure. It's confusing. So I made sure you would have a wide variety of food and recreation to choose from, thus satisfying your need for both mental and physical nourishment. She's so thoughtful. I already spent all the Atlas Spirit... Oh, hold on. I already spent all the Atlas Spiritron points I had been saving for years to acquire them, so you may as well make the most of them. Does she have a replicator? There can be wolves on occasion, Care Bear. There is a very specific servant who is a giant wolf. If you go, after the stream, if you go back to some of my old videos, you'll see me using him quite a bit to try and conquer a challenge quest. I won't tell you how it goes, but he does his best. I'm so grateful to her. Before we got to the Wandering Sea, we had to make do with nothing but the border's emergency supplies. For anyone confused, we are jumping in to the most recent story content, so there's years of content that I probably would not have time to explain, but just turn your brain off a little bit and try and enjoy. You know, having proper tea together like this again reminds me of the old Chaldea in the Antarctic. Yeah, we lived in Antarctic for like a year and a half. Me too. I know things are completely different now, so I shouldn't be feeling sorry for myself, but they say it's important to rest up when you can. You're right. At this point, all we can do is wait for Sion and Captain to finish modifying the Shadow Border, so that it will be stable enough for us to head to the Atlantic Lost Belt. If anyone wants me to explain anything that's coming up in the stream, I will be happy to go on a tangent for you. As much as we'd like to help, it's all just above our heads. I wonder how it's coming along. Good question. All we know for sure is that it's taking longer than anyone expected. Sion said that Da Vinci's design for the border is even more intricate and delicately balanced than she had thought. Yeah, we're driving around in a tank designed by Leonardo da Vinci. I remember Da Vinci seemed both pleased and apologetic about that. At any rate, they also said that there's a crucial part they need for the modifications. Oh, first time hearing of something like that. And that we'll probably need to go to the Indian Lost Belt to get it. Oh. Is that why we're going to go there first? I wonder what that's all about. It could be something that can only be obtained there, or could be for some other reason. I'm sorry, I just don't know enough to say one way or the other. All I know is that, at this point, it sounds like they're putting the pieces together so we can install this necessary part. Sion thought that the preliminary preparation would be finished soon after we got back from the Chinese Lost Belt. But apparently, things didn't quite go as planned. When do they ever go as planned for us? Still, Captain did say it looks like they should be finishing this stage fairly soon now. Then let's recuperate until it's our turn to help. We're gonna exercise neutral chi from Avatar, where we do nothing. Agreed. We should rest up while we can, so we hit the ground running. Would you like some more tea, Senpai? We also have plenty of cookies to go with it. Ooh. Jammy Dodgers. Sugar cookies. Ooh. That sounds like a lot of cookies. Oh, right. I know what you're about to say. There's way too many, right? Yes. Well, there's a reason for that. Things have become much more lively around Chaldea base now that we have more servants here. So I made extra to share in case. I ran into any of them on my way here. Yeah, they probably would steal cookies. But as luck would have it, I haven't seen anyone else today. Not even Fu. Okay, that's a little suspicious. In fact, now that I think about it, it feels like Chaldea base is way too quiet today. Oh, and now it's not. What the? Hello? Hello? Do you still exist over there, Urbanov? If you're there, give me some sort of response. Even an empty message will do. Otherwise, this is the end for New Chaldea. I'm here, I'm here. Calmly sipped herbal tea. That would be a dick move. Great. Is Mash there with you too? Good. Then we are still hanging in there by the skin of our teeth. What? What's going on, Sion? Why is the alarm going off? In all of history, there's only ever been one reason for alarm to go off at a base. New Chaldea is under attack. Attack? Correct. It is rather terrible. Like waking only to find all your data from yesterday is corrupted. Oh, God. I have felt that in Photoshop. What else can you do at a time like this but laugh? What? No, sorry, this is really not the time to disassociate from reality, is it? No, it is not. We do not have a moment to waste. Please come to the command room at once. Understood. Let's go, Master. We're here. What in the world is going on, Sion? Before I answer that, I would like to confirm something with you. Did you see anyone else on your way here? Anyone at all, like one of the staff or a servant? No, I didn't. In fact, I was just telling Master now how strange it was that I haven't seen anyone else today. Does that mean something to do with this attack? Does that have something to do with this attack? This is what I was afraid of. I was hoping that at least one person might be hiding with presence concealment, but I guess that's not the case. As soon as I realized there was no one else in the command room, no staff, no Holmes, no Da Vinci. Yeah, we have Sherlock Holmes too. I cut off your cause and effect interference to keep you both safe. What? Cause and effect? What? To think the only ones I could help in time were you two and myself, especially since I have already cut myself off from human history. What does that mean, Sion? Sion? Oh, sorry. I will leave my self-examination and strategizing to a different thought process and get to the main topic. You can see what sort of attack we're under for ourselves. Even after sounding the alarm and putting out a call, you two were the only ones to come here, and that can only mean one thing. We are now the only ones left in the entire Chaldea base. I mean, that's a logical assumption to draw. Okay, second one. This quest is no bounds. All the talking, all the talking. The spirit origin graph is still working, but we cannot summon a single servant. And there's not a single member of Chaldea's staff anywhere in the base, let alone in the command room. Even my servant, Captain, is gone. We're the only ones left. Why not call him the Captain? Captain just seems weird. Whether this is due to external interference or internal sabotage, there's clearly ill intent at work. Panning through the security cameras. I mean, Cap could work, but he's... Captain is an interesting looking little fellow. I'm not sure Cap would work, and he seems a little stiff, so I'm not sure he would like that. Everyone's gone? But I spent so much quartz on getting them. I still need to Oh, that was fast. I still need to investigate more thoroughly before I can say exactly what happened. But it is already clear what the culprit used to accomplish this. It is? It was ray shifting. They used ray shifting to induce forced Spiritron summoning. Wait, other people are capable of ray shifting? I thought that was literally the thing that we were special about. To put it in layman's terms, my coffin was used as a catalyst with which to forcefully ray shift everyone away. So they were like teleported, kidnapped? Huh. What? Is that even possible? See my reaction. Mash and I are on the same wavelength. Funny you should mention Shield Wielder. Dear old Mash here is pretty much the only person who uses a shield as a weapon. And she's fallen on hard times recently due to one of the Knights of the Round Table being a dick. I say that in the nicest way possible. I am sure it would be with Chaldeas, but this is Novum Chaldea. There's no phase navigational system that advanced here. So it would be impossible to reverse summon by hijacking our system. Oh. Usually I would be 99% sure about that conclusion. But I do have a theory or two on how it could possibly happen. However, they are so absurd that I decided to shelve them for now. Next time, I will not be so quick to criticize how Holmes handles situations like this. He does really take his time. I mean, if this were a locked room murder mystery, it would be as if the killer was the greatest pitcher in the entire universe, and they killed the victim by throwing a ball through an air vent. That is a interesting analogy. That is how unlikely the circumstances would need to be for that to happen. Though, that said, I suppose if the universe's greatest pitcher were actually here, then it would technically be possible. I'm not even going to entertain that idea. Sorry, getting sidetracked. Back on point. We are the only ones capable of fighting back against this attack. Urbanov, Mash, and myself. Sion Eltnam Sakaris. That's quite the name. Who could the attacker be, and why in the world would they do this? I cannot say anything about that just yet. That said, I do not think one of the cryptors is behind this, since they have no reason to leave their lost belts. I mean, they sent Koyanskaya after us in the last one and poisoned us. But I guess that was kind of a one-time thing. I also still have a faint connection to my own servant, Captain. Oh. So the fact that he has yet to take any action must mean that he is trapped. Oh. And I would guess that all of Chaldea's staff and servants are as well. This is quite the feat. Are they okay? That's what I want to know too. Not everyone on Chaldea's staff is a mage. And you know, if we're talking about like servant level stuff, the humans are just as much in danger. Poor Gordolf. If they really were ray shifted, then I see. You're worried they may be unable to withstand the ray shift and disappear upon reaching their destination. I mean, we are essentially tearing their bodies apart at a molecular level, turning them into like spirit energy and shooting them vast distances, possibly across time. So yes, that is a concern. I'm just gonna have a glass of water here. I cannot deny that such a worst-case scenario is possible. But in this case, I do not think you need to worry, as their ray shift destination does not appear to belong to standard history. Okay? That is, they are moving through space more than time, so my coffin will have no trouble verifying their existence. Okay. Of course, I cannot guarantee their safety if they should encounter some sort of violence at their destination. Yeah. You know, put aside the existential problems of crazy science. You know, someone could hit them with a rock. But if all the culprit wished to do was hurt them, they would not need to go to the trouble of ray shifting them. That is a fair point. So, thinking logically, I suspect the culprit's goal was to summon and capture them, not kill them. Very logical. If I were the culprit, I would have frozen them from the moment they were summoned and kept them packaged as Spiritrons. I have to do that for the people with low ray shift aptitude anyway, and it would also stop the servants from fighting back. That's a good point. Since they're already being converted during the ray shift process, that would definitely be the most efficient way to capture them. Then, there's still a chance we can save them? Since they ray shifted, does that mean you know where they went? Of course. This is the most important part after all. When I got to the command room, all of the ray shift equipment was already set to fixed parameters. To put it another way, they are all pointing towards a very specific set of coordinates. And since everyone was reverse summoned anyway, this almost certainly means that someone or something is at these coordinates. Though of course, I cannot say if the culprit just forgot to cover their tracks, there was nothing they could do to hide them, or they left them there on purpose to lure us in. Where are these coordinates exactly? Does this mean they point to a singularity from the past? That is really the key problem. Remember what I said earlier about this destination not belonging to standard history? It is technically a singularity, but it is also quite different from the singularities we have seen so far. Its influence is spreading, or perhaps I should say stretching. Okay, that's a little unusual. Usually the bizarre phenomenon that takes place in singularities are confined to that singularity. But this singularity is trying to interfere with proper human history while remaining a singularity. Okay, so that's what I guess differentiates it from a lost belt. In that sense, it may be... Okay, Sion just contradicted me. That's fine. She's smarter than me. If we think of human history as one long scroll, singularities are like stains that weaken the scroll, by contaminating the history around them. Whereas lost belts are like another scroll entirely, that was discarded once it was clear it was no longer useful. It could be that the singularity is some sort of hybrid, a pseudo-singularity similar to Shinjuku or Shimosa. Oh, please, not more Shimosa! I think the most appropriate name we could give it in these specific conditions is Humanity Destruction Zone. Oh, goodness gracious. You know, I would say that's a little overly dramatic, but Sion here comes from an organization, and their job is essentially to predict the end of the world, all sorts of different ways. It's not really a card game, chat. There are cards involved, but it's more like a turn-based kind of combat thing. You'll see. This is the visual novel part. There's going to be a lot of that. I'm not going to grant you that one there, Care Bear. So this is a singularity unlike any other we've seen, on a day like no other. No, you two are creating a feedback loop. The central coordinates for the singularity, which is currently stretching out like a line, point to mid-17th century Japan during the Edo period. Oh. The province of Shimosa you observed before is gone from history, so I expect this incident is completely unrelated. Understood. Regardless, I think there's only one option left to us. Now that we know where everyone is taken, and the path to them is still open, we have to go there too. From there, we need to find whoever or whatever's behind this, defeat them, and rescue everyone. Hang on, Holmes. Hang in there, Da Vinci. Yes, that is true. In the end, that is what it all comes down to. But I'm afraid I cannot let both of you go there. Oh. I want you to help me, Mash. I already have my hands full observing the singularity. I need one more skilled operator who I can trust to observe and verify Urbanoff's existence. Weird science stuff. Someone who is capable of filling in for 3 Chaldea staff members on their own. Well, Mash is being reduced to mission control again. But if I do that, there will be no one left to help Senpai in the singularity. That is true, but this is a question of priorities. If this were a diving expedition, it would be a decision between going down to the depths with an escort, but without a diving suit, or going down with a diving suit but no escort. Carrie has no beginning and no end, oh lord. So Carrie's dark side? It's not a matter of which is safer. If we are unable to verify her existence, she will not be able to dive down into this other world at all. But still, going into a singularity without even a single servant is just... Yes, I do understand your concerns, but look at Urbanoff. I'll admit the idea of going there is terrifying. But that is just as true for everyone else too. Exactly. The fact is, this figurative boat we are on is on the verge of sinking, and we're all in it together. As our base was already attacked once, there's no telling when those of us staying here may be attacked again. Oh boy. So I'm afraid our only option is for you to summon up your courage and look for either a weapon or a companion on sight. I mean, we've done that before. We fell out of the sky in Shinjuku and Moriarty caught us. Fortunately, this singularity is in the 17th century Japan, which by all accounts was a civilized society. So you should be able to reason with the people there. As long as you can get past the first hurdle, I'm sure you will be able to move things along rapidly. Wait, the first hurdle? What first hurdle? Oh, come on, have you never seen a samurai movie? I mean, when they draw their swords if they feel someone has behaved improperly towards them. Uh-oh. I think they call it Borichi? What? Gosh, imagine a society where you cannot even speak to anyone above your class for fear of being beheaded. That would be terrifying. That doesn't sound reasonable at all. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, not her. Borichi, I've never heard of that before. I see. So that is what the situation we are in. Oh no. If this singularity is that dangerous, I will have to summon up my courage as well. For it seems I am the only servant in all of Chaldea who managed to evade capture. Hello, Kiara. Yes. Session Kiara, a servant. I came as soon as I heard the commotion. So, you're going to Japan? Then I will come with you. When do we leave? Oh no. Oh no. It's the demonic bodhisattva. I'm just going to call her Kiara from now on. Yes, it is I, your faithful servant, Kiara. Never did I expect to receive so much attention from you, especially in front of other people like this. Thank you, Master. Whoa, looking at this magical energy flow, that is definitely one of Urbanoff's servants. Let me see. Class Alter Ego, a special kind of heroic spirit that does not fall under the standard categories. No, Aubrey, she is most definitely, well, she's sort of a nun. She's complicated and she is not to be trusted. Let me, So you are a non-regulation servant. This is right in line with my calculations. Yes. Since even I was not able to see you, the enemy must have overlooked you entirely. At any rate, this works out perfectly. Now we have a trustworthy bodyguard to go along with Urbanoff. Trustworthy, yeah. I mean, that's not terribly surprising, Aubrey. You could have guessed that, I guess. Oh, I'm so relieved. Thank you, Kiara. Do not thank her, Mash. I'm so sorry I wasn't aware of you up until now. But you're obviously gentle, clean, and cool. Gentle and clean? Oh, Lord. And cool-headed, and you seem to be familiar with Japan. I couldn't have asked for anyone better right now. When did you summon her, or Senpai? I can't seem to remember. Come to think of it, when did I summon her? You are sure we can trust her, right? No, I don't. No, I don't think we can. She tried to kill us and destroy the world last time we saw her. By swallowing the earth into parts of her. Look at that face. That is not a trustworthy face. Of course, though I couldn't tell you why. I see. So she's another anti-hero, like Shoten Duji. Shoten is a little more reliable, I think. She doesn't quite seem to fit that mold, but never mind that. Thank you for doing this, Kiara. I know that between keeping Master safe and rescuing all the others, this is a lot to ask of you, but... Tee-hee, you're so polite, Lady Mash. That heartfelt consideration of yours is all the reward I need. Please, you needn't worry. As I said, I will be happy to accompany Master. Usually a servant like myself would have no part to play in any mission, and would never even be called upon. So if you have called upon me now, the circumstances must be dire indeed. You got that right. I, Kiara, swear to swallow any hard feelings I may have and do everything I can to help. If the extra-class servants escape the enemy's notice, maybe we can still hope of finding a couple more. Ideal, I would like to send Urbanoff in with 4 heavenly kings, or at least 3 musketeers. We only have like 1 musketeer-like servant, and sadly I don't think Dion would that be helpful that right now. Alas, it seems I was the only one to elude the hand of temptation. Look at that side eye. I'm somewhat different from the other extra servants thanks to my, something skill. She was about to say independent manifestation, which marks her as a beast. She is evil. Or independent action. Do you mean independent action? There must be a very powerful story behind you. I would be very interested to hear more about it, but right now, I don't think she's behind this. I think Kama's behind this because Kiara was behind the last event. You mean there's another servant besides Kiara? Yes, I managed to track down 1 more. Excellent work, me. Oh, who's this? However, this servant is not here in the Wandering Sea. What? The signal I found belongs to the very last servant that was reverse summoned out of here. Oh. They appear to have stopped right before the end of the race shift. Perhaps they are doing their best to fight back. Oh. If you go after them now, you may still be able to rendezvous with them. Oh my, so they're doing their best to stay strong. How reassuring. But any heroic spirit is completely defenseless right after a race shift, no matter how strong they are. I've never heard that before. They could easily be gobbled up from behind before they could adapt to singularity. Oh yes, I understand. I also understand why you would be reluctant to act under the circumstances, Lady Urbanoff, but I think now is the time to do so. We should race shift out of here and go help this last servant as soon as possible. I agree with Miss Kiara. No, don't agree with her, please. If we do not help them now, this servant will most likely end up trapped just like all the others. How do they trap Abby? You need to make contact with them first and re-establish your contract's connection. I'm sorry I cannot give you more time. Oh, no. I'm sorry I cannot give you more time to prepare before you leave, Urbanoff, but that's okay. I'm ready. I'm reminded of another saying. Make hay while the sun shines. I guess that makes sense? If we know what it is we have to do, and we risk losing something important if we don't act soon, then maybe we should just ignore any doubts we have and move full speed ahead. There's an argument to be made there. Either way, my job is to make sure you have all the support you need. Thank you, Majou. So please, Master and Kiara, we're counting on you to save everyone. Understood. Not to worry, I will take care of this. Whatever I can do to help, however small, I will see this through to the end, even should it cost me my life. Still, to think that our reunion after so long a time would involve a journey to such a faraway land. Just imagine, the 2 of us all alone, on a dangerous expedition with me in this fleeting form that could be turned to dust at any moment. Look at that expression on her face. I can see I'll need to be ever so careful. Otherwise, I might get so nervous that I inadvertently reveal a rather unseemly side of myself. The evil side! Tee-hee, tee-hee. Final safety checks complete. All systems are go. The race shift coordinates are set to whatever that is. Mid-17th century Japan. Since you seem to have some familiarity with the country, you should probably already know this, but this will put you in the town of Edo from about 400 years ago, the city everyone today knows as Tokyo. One of your 2 primary goals for this race shift involves the location itself. This is not an ordinary singularity. It is a massive humanity destruction zone that appears to even be affecting the axis of time itself. Oh boy. If we do not do something about it now, it is certain to become a huge problem. So one of your primary goals is to take care of the zone itself. Most of the singularities we've seen to date were caused by a massive magical energy resource, typically a holy grail. So if you find something like that here too, you may need to take it into custody. No problem, been there, done that, got the Mystic Code. True, I guess I do not have to tell you that that particular goal is just the official party line, at least in one sense. I mostly just said it to cover our bases, like an alibi. Just keep it in mind so you do not forget it entirely. The other goal is, of course, much more important and much more urgent. Rescuing all the Chaldea personnel and servants currently trapped there. We still have another huge problem we need to take care of, namely, resolving the bleached earth phenomenon. Oh yeah, the actual story. This order may be much smaller in comparison, but is an important step nonetheless. This enemy has launched a direct attack on Chaldea. There's only one thing for us to do in response. Counterattack, and counterattack some more! By doing so, we will fortify our position for the upcoming Grand Order. Hello, Tabletop Rolls. So I hope you understand that this race shift is a crucial trial for all of us at Novum Chaldea. Roger that. I say that in real life. Oop. Good. Then as this race shift supervisor, I hereby declare that this emergency directive, this counter order, is underway. Oh, nicely done, Tabletop Rolls. That will... Sadly, you won't get to use it for its intended purpose in the event, but still, 5-star craft substances are nothing to sneeze at. Master, please be careful over there. Alright, are we almost through the cutscenes? Starting unsummoned program, commencing Spiritron conversion. Race shifting begins in 3, 2, 1. All systems are go. Proving urgent order, initiating counter order operations. I'm wondering who the servant is who's still fighting. I have theories. Alright. Oh god, it still doesn't have any battles. Oh, we've already almost been going for an hour. I felt as though something or someone was calling me. I'm not just one thing now. All sorts of things are layered on top of each other to form me, though I also feel as though it has been that way for a very long time. I am a goddess. I am the wife of the supreme god, Meheth Nisevera. Oh boy. Pardon if I mispronounced it. I am a servant. I am the avatar of mankind. I am called upon by humans. I am the one who aids the effort to protect the world. And now I am being called away, heading there as I speak. Though I'm sure I am being called away, I also know that I'm heading there of my own volition. I have to, I must. The impulses within my divine core demand it. I brush off the arm rudely trying to take hold of me, but I don't run away from it. Instead, I follow it to its source. I step out of a passageway made by humans, with human craftsmanship. I head towards a palace that is not now, a time that is not here. I know something is waiting for me, something I can't ignore, and now I arrive at the land of humanity, twisted beyond all recognition. I'm almost certain, Carrie, if Superman were ever to show up in FGO, he would probably be a woman. It wouldn't be Supergirl, it would just be Superman as a woman. And not even Superwoman, just Clark Kent, but as like a girl. Because that's what FGO does. I saw it the moment I arrived. The light of a soul, so faint it seemed as though it might go out at any moment. It was so small, so weak, but it was still glowing. Even if it was fated to vanish in an instant, it was still there. I saw it. It looked to me like it was struggling desperately against something, like it was waiting for help. I'm sure this isn't the reason I came here. It was only by coincidence that I happened to find this tiny remnant of a human soul. But that's exactly why I had to help it somehow. After all, if I came across a person in trouble, I wouldn't need a reason to help them. Every decent person would hope to do the same, even if they rarely do in practice. So as a kind and loving goddess, how could I refuse? Oh, here we go. Through the ray shift. Tee-hee. Looks like we arrived successfully, Lady Urbanov. So that was a ray shift. How novel. It's quite a different mystic and even experience than entering someone's mind. Tee-hee. What is this place? Usually we would try to set the ray shift coordinates to give you some time to take stock of your surroundings, but we simply didn't have the time. So instead, we went with a location as close as possible to the target reading. As a result, it looks like you've ended up inside Edo Castle, the heart of Edo's governing authority. I mean, that's convenient. You've essentially directly invaded the most heavily secured base of the entire country. Oh, there's no telling who or what might be nearby, or what could happen, even from our end. Master, Kiara, please be careful as possible. As careful as possible. Yes, that's true. At this point in history. Edo Castle was so tightly guarded that not even a fly could get through unnoticed. If a thief or a spy did manage to sneak in, the guards would surround them 10, perhaps even 20 to 1, or at least I thought they would. But instead, it's eerily quiet here. Why, it's almost if... You can take stock of your surroundings later. You were almost on top of the servant reading we were targeting. Please rendezvous with them first. Once they've joined you, we can start gathering information. Roger that. I'm not talking to Kiara. I see them over there. Oh. Oh, it's gonna be Parvati. Oh ho, so that is Shiva's wife, Parvati, or rather, a pseudo-servant of her. Perhaps she was able to hold out better by virtue of being a divine spirit. Or maybe there's another reason why she was the only one to evade capture. And foreshadowing. At any rate, she did great holding out against the enemy's... excuse me. Verse 70. I'm burping a lot. Oh yes, she must be wonderfully strong-willed. We had better help her before this enemy or whatever can steal her away. That kimono really suits you, Par. No. Huh? I said no. I'm not the Indian goddess Parvati. Then who are you? Very well then. I still don't know who you are, but I will tell you who I am. I love how they put a question mark in her nameplate. I am the one who oversees Uka here in Edo Castle. Once, I also served as 3rd Shogun Tokugawa Limitsu's wet nurse. My surname is Sato, and my given name is Fuku. Now I go by the name bestowed upon me by the Imperial Court, Kasuga no Tsubone. Say, what? But you got the flowers in your eyes, Parvati. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Kasuga no Tsubone is one of the most famous women in Japanese history. Although, given how great your surprise is, Master, I'm guessing she doesn't look quite how you expected. It's not that. Apart from her outfit, that's definitely the Parvati we know. What in the world is going on here? Oh. I'm afraid it's kind of complicated. It's okay, there is Parvati. Oh, to be clear, I am the Garvus Parvati you know. Shiva's wife, goddess of elegance and grace, all that. For a while, I was a little worried about how this would all turn out, but I feel much better now that you're here, Urbanov. Wait, what? What could these readings mean? Is there someone else there inside your spirit origin? I see. So you are an acquaintance of Lady Par. Please forgive my earlier outburst. Okay, so we got kind of a possession thing going on here. I'm afraid I still don't understand what's going on very well myself, but I'll do my best to explain what I can. It's only proper, after all. Ahem. This is, of course, not my own body. I had fallen ill and was waiting for death to take me. In fact, I think it was after the final thread joining me to this life had snapped that Lady Par rescued me. I don't know how I feel about referring to an Indian goddess by a name called Par, but whatever. At that moment, I noticed something strange was happening to Edo Castle, and I had a flash of insight. It must have been the heavens themselves, or perhaps Lady Toshu Daigogen, who delivered this Indian goddess to me in our hour of need. They must want me to use this goddess's body and powers to do something about this predicament. As I said earlier, I don't think that's what's going on here. Oh boy. Of course it is, it must be. I'm at least reasonably sure. How else could something this preposterous, this absurd, this ridiculously far-fetched even happen? If her voice is anything to go by, she has a lot more energy than I expected. But, never mind that. What is this predicament happening at Edo Castle right now? I'm neither a warrior, nor do I practice any kind of sorcery. I was only given my current title thanks to the little skill I have with the Naginata, which I believe is a long kind of halberd kind of thing. The significance of this could not be clearer. The predicament I speak of... The predicament I speak of has befallen Edo Castle's innermost chambers, where no man but the Shogun himself is allowed to enter. Oh, I think I know what that means. I speak, of course, of the place where the Shogun's wife and concubines live, the Uku. I don't know how or why, but everyone in Edo Castle has completely disappeared, and in their place, the Uku has transformed into a labyrinth that appears to reach deep into the bowels of the earth. Oh, we're going on a dungeon crawl, guys. Dungeon crawl. Oh. Oh, pretty. Tokugawa Restoration Labyrinth. Hey, alright, so that'll now be like the fourth one of these I have. Oh my god, there's still no battles. Oh my god, there's so much story. I mean, at least it's pretty. I want to smash something with a heavy mace. Don't get any ideas, Kiara. Now I see. So you are Lady... Ah, too fast. Now I see. So you are Lady Parvati. I'm used to hearing your Buddhist name, Umahai, so I didn't recognize you at first. This is also my first time meeting a being from the mandala, so I must confess I'm a little nervous. Still, right now we are both servants contracted to Lady Urbanov. In that spirit, I will do my best to contain my excitement so we may work together harmoniously. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. Me? Oh, I'm just a humble nun, and wholly unworthy to introduce myself to the great Lady Kasuga and Lady Umehei. But if you insist, my name is Kiara. It's a pleasure to meet you. I just can't pronounce her first name. I feel like there's something inside you that is entirely separate from anything related to faith. Oh, you have no idea. Something that, depending on the situation, I might need to deal with quickly and decisively. Oh my, something inside me? Please don't look in there. It's far too embarrassing. Still, it should be okay for now. Kiara is what you call an out-of-context threat. I have this sense that there's a dam within you, and it would break at any moment, but that you also wouldn't be here otherwise. Admittedly, I'm not sure what that means. Yes, I suppose it only makes sense that a goddess would pick up on my connection to the singularity. What are you talking about, Kiara? But that's likely as far as her awareness goes. Even I still don't know the whole picture myself. There's no way she could figure this out before me. There's definitely something about you that nags at me, but we have more pressing things to focus on right now. Yes, I can... Yeah, no. Yes, I can sense that there's something here. And whatever it is, it's something only I can confront. Thank you for waiting. Our equipment is all adjusted and fine-tuned now. This is a rare and valuable situation, so I wanted to make sure all the data we collect is accurate. Oh, she's streaming this too. Part of me would like nothing better than to find out if you evaded capture thanks to being a divine spirit servant, or if it was a confluence of circumstances owing to your avatar in the particular place in which you were summoned. Ooh, that's a lot of words. But for now, we should limit our focus to gathering as much information about the current situation as we can. And maybe get into a fight, please? The more testimony we have from more varied perspectives, the better, after all. So please tell us what happened from your perspective. So you came across Subone's soul while you were being drawn here and decided to help her on a whim. That's right. I realized that sharing my spirit origin with her was the only thing I could do to save her. I knew it was only a stopgap, but I just couldn't look the other way. Oh, she's nice. But thanks to that, my own definition became less clear, and I think that's why I was able to escape the enemy's forced summoning. So it all worked out in the end. I don't even feel any kind of force pulling on me anymore. Though I still do smell something foul at work here. And I think it's coming from over there. That place Kasunu Sobe called Uku. As far as I can tell, whatever's going on here is just as she described. So all the people at Edo Castle disappeared, just like the ones at Chaldea Base. And now the Uku has turned into a labyrinth? Coincidence? Definitely not. This is all clearly connected. Definitely. At this point, it cannot be more clear that the attack on the Wandering Sea and this strange phenomenon at Edo Castle are the work of a hostile force. That aside, I am still not quite sure what you mean when you say that the Uku has turned into a labyrinth. Did you see it for yourself, Subone? Well, sort of. I was just thinking, oh crap, I'm really dead now, and ascending to Nirvana when I caught a glimpse of it. Then, just as I had realized that something strange was going on with my Uku, and was feeling thoroughly pissed off about it, that was when Lady Par saved me. She talks very casually for a lady of Edo-era Japan. So no, I didn't exactly get a good look at it, but I'm positive there's something strange going on there. Then let's go take a look right now. You do have a point, but I think it is still too soon to go to this Uko place. Please, come on! Before you try to make your way through this labyrinth, you should make sure that your current surroundings are safe and that you have ample supplies. Now that you've accomplished your time-sensitive mission to secure the last reverse summoned servant, there's no reason to rush. Not to mention, we still don't know where everyone else is yet. Right. I'm also worried about what may have happened to Chaldea's staff and other servants. I would have rescued them too if I had happened to see anyone like I did with Sabone, but I unfortunately didn't. I'm just going to mispronounce her name every time. Mysterious voice. Wahaha! Wahaha! Pitiful, just pitiful, exactly the sort of cowardly move I would expect from plebes. What a joke. What? Wait. What? Gordolf? Director Gordolf, please, Director, get a hold of yourself. New Year's is over now. I see, so we finally cracked under the pressure. Don't mistake my gentle tone for genuine friendliness. I'm only showing you mercy as anyone as noble as me would. What? What? I do not recall giving you permission to speak. Now lower your heads in my presence. Okay. Oh, he's got a top knot. That is... Director? You there, girl. How dare you speak to me so casually? I don't even know who any of you are. Oh, boy. Something funky's going on. Just so you know, commoners like you usually wouldn't be lucky enough to get as much as a glimpse of a noble warrior like myself in your entire lives. So know your place, and show me the respect I'm due. You don't know who we are? Does that mean you aren't Director Gordolf Music? Music? Who might that be? Whoever it is, his name certainly does have a powerful ring to it. Wow. Wow. But alright, you listen to me. I am Tokugawa Gordolf, the great shogun. Oh boy. Look at everyone else's reactions. Eh? Whoa. Duh. Oh my. Gorf, Gorf, Gorf. Oh gosh, he's got a unique laugh. What is this, One Piece? I see you're so shocked that you're at loss for words. Kinda. Well, you should be. Usually it would be utterly unthinkable for commoners like yourself to so much as see the Shogun, let alone converse with him. Well, I have heard that later Shogun would sometimes dress up like a commoner and go mingle among them for a lark, but never mind that. At times, it is the mark of a true Shogun to demonstrate his generosity, regardless of how unspeakably rude or undeserving the recipients may be. Now that you are my guests, I will treat you with the hospitality you deserve. You have my word as the Tokugawa, no, as the Lord of the Uku, paradise on earth. What? Usually, the Uku would be firmly off limits to all men but the Shogun, but today I am willing to open its doors to worthy guests. I'm talking about an honest-to-goodness paradise on earth here. What's there to think about? Don't bother getting ready, just come as you are. Trust me, you'll find all manner of happiness inside the Uku, and it's fun too, muhahaha. Well, that was weird. I am enjoying the friend points. Thank you, Tabletop Rolls. I just ran an analysis on his biological signatures, focusing primarily on his voice print. And I can say with almost 100% certainty that was Gordolf music. Of course, Mr. Gordolf is a human, so I doubt he is sharing his body with someone else like Parvati. Which can only mean that he has been brainwashed. Oh boy. I thought he was one of those really distinguished mages. The quality of his magical circuits aside, that depends on how the clock tower evaluates a mage's talents. That's a fair point. Not to mention the clock tower seems to take political power into consideration much more than we do at the Atlas Institute. At any rate, yes. At any rate, I am afraid my worst-case predictions were correct. I would guess that he was the first wedge. What do you mean? I mean, the enemy must have used him to get a foothold for their attack on the Wandering Sea. It would be impossible for an outside enemy to hack our ray shift equipment to conduct a mass reverse summon while leaving everything else untouched. So I expect they may have used a more physical approach for that part. And it looks like they probably chose to do this by using Mr. Gordolf. They must have started by making contact with him and brainwashing him to their side. He could then use his director's security clearance to disable all the command room's protections. Though, that still begs the question, how did they physically get into the Wandering Sea? I thought that was really hard to do. We're like in a mountain underwater or something? After which he was likely the first to be ray-shifted away. What a stupidly efficient attack. Emphasis on stupid. I know what you mean. No matter how advanced a company's security might be, it's all too easy to make off with its data as long as you can sway someone who works there to your side. After all, you do not even need to decrypt it if you can make off with the device's lock, stock, and barrel. That's a fair point. Honestly, it pains me to think that such a crass, inelegant solution could work this well. At any rate, once the enemy had Mr. Gordolf under their control, they must have used his connections to all the other staff and servants to reverse summon them here, willy-nilly. It must have taken an unbelievable amount of magical energy to do that, much more than even a Holy Grail can provide. You know, I feel like there's been some decay in terms of the significance of Holy Grails. They were this big end-all thing in the anime, and now we just get them for completing events. The enemy would need someone with an an inexhaustible resource for generating magical energy. But never mind what happened in the past. Right now we need to focus on the problems facing us now. His outfit may have looked ridiculous, but this is no laughing matter. No, if anything, it is even more serious than I thought. Oh yes, if nothing else, we now know that the director is there in the Uku. Teehee, Tokugawa Gordolf, was it? We absolutely must save people like him. What does that mean? He might not be the only one trapped in the Uku. Maybe the others are there too. And I guess going there ourselves really is our only option. Unbelievable. Who does that Gordolf person think he is, calling himself a Tokugawa? This is a travesty. How could he even ride his horse or put on his armor with all that excess weight? There's something I didn't tell you earlier, for if word of this got out, it would be an unprecedented crisis for the shogunate, and by extension, all of Japan. Everyone in Edo Castle has vanished, including Limitsu, the current shogun. He must be with the other. He must be within the Uku as well. I must rescue him, no matter what. Please, will you help me? I second her request. Please help her. I may not be at my full strength, but I can still come out like this to help you in battle if things should come to that. And Kasuga no Tsubone seems like she knows a lot about the Uku. I'm sure her knowledge will be helpful. Of course, we have to rescue Gordolf and all the others, but even putting them aside, I think I need to go there. Something tells me I need to confront whomever or whatever's behind all this, and that I'll find them in the Uku. I cannot recommend charging into enemy territory before we've had a chance to create a campsite of our own, but you do have Parvati to help you in battle, and Kasuga no Tsubone to guide you around the Uku. So, after discussing among my different thought processes, we have come to the consensus that it should be okay for you to go there under these conditions. I think it's been implied a couple times that Sion has kind of like partitions in her brain, so she can be like thinking about like 3 completely different things at like once, which is a pretty useful skill. So, make hay while the sun shines, was it? Well, if we're going to do this, then let us do it. Your next objective is to infiltrate the Uku, investigate what is happening there, and to rescue everyone who's trapped. There's no telling what can happen in there, so please be extra careful. Oh, don't worry, I've practically built the Uku myself, you know. It might be a little more labyrinthian now, but I still know it like the back of my hand. Probably. Besides, now I have a goddess of India and her trusty companions to help me. Whatever sort of nasty person might have taken over the Uku, I'm sure we can handle them just fine. Ladylike laugh. Ooh, I put a little too much lime in this water of mine. Ooh. Oh. Oh, we finally have a map. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's like a dungeon crawl. We're going to cover the map as we go along. It's a fight! It's finally a fight! Alright, so. Let's see. It's where. What? Wait, what was that? There was a restriction. They just noted something. Formation. Only 3 servants. Okay. That's interesting. You know what? Let's go with Kiara because she's fun. She's got advantage too. So we're gonna go with good old. Oh, do I want to do a bonus one? You know, we're not going to use the event bonus for dear old Penthesilea because I just like her smashing things too much. But considering we don't have any backup servants, I'm going to use Bitter and Sweet, which gives me 2 hits of invincibility. And Assassins A. So let us use Caster Shootin'. And we're just going to give her Aerial Drive. Can I give? No, of course not. Alright, finally a fight after some more cutscene. Ooh, look at that. What's with this Ozuruka? I never had anything nearly this creepy in my Uku. There certainly is a strange aroma here. What is this place exactly? This is the Ozuruka, the Bell Corridor. It is the only way to get from the Nakaku, where the Shogun resides, to the Uku. The Uku itself has several other entrances, so this corridor is usually reserved solely for the Shogun's use. But since it looks like this is the only way into the new labyrinthine Uku, I'm afraid we have no choice but to make use of it ourselves. If you were to enter the Uku from one of the servant entrances, or even if you were to get a bird's eye view of the place, I'm sure it would look like a perfectly ordinary building. But when you go from the passage reserved just for the Shogun, it leads to a mysterious labyrinth. That appears to be the situation we are dealing with right now. That space is clearly warped. It is an unknown and secluded spatial structure made by Magecraft. Like a permanent reality marble. To be honest, it may even surpass the Atlas Institute's engineering, though I really should not compare them, since this technology and ours could not possibly be more different. Whatever is happening here is like nothing I have ever seen. How strange. This sort of thing would usually be right up my alley. But for some reason I just cannot get excited about this at all. Indeed, I have no idea how or why this happened. I'm also pretty sure we never had this much Indian decor before. Ugh, this is all wrong for Tokugawa interior design. If the decorator were here, I'd ask them to redo the whole thing. Is that an elephant? Anyway, that is the Oguchi, the door that actually leads to the Uku, but it would seem that someone is there. Whoa! Oh, goodness. Oh, I've just seen your question now, Tabletop Rolls. Until you have 5 copies of a craft essence, I would do nothing with them. Because once you can combine craft essences of the same type together to like unlock the little stars, but it doesn't, other than raising the maximum level of the craft essences that you can level it up, until you get to that 5th copy and combine them all together, it doesn't unlock like the second tier of its abilities, unfortunately. So you need to have at least 5 copies to what's called max limit break it. You can throw other smaller like craft essences into bigger ones just as XP fodder, but it won't raise its level cap. It has to be duplicates. Grr, who are you? Who in the world are they? Are they supposed to be the attendants guarding the Ukuji? Just look at them. I would never ever hire anyone like that. The Uku's attendants must be proper ladies from noble families. You have every right to be angry. These things are clearly not living creatures. They may look alluring, but they are nothing more than automata or homunculi. Puppets, really. Hey, don't compare automata and homunculi, okay? Those are different things. Be nice. There seems to be something different about them compared to normal automatons, though. Automatons. Blah, blah, blah. They seem vaguely Indian, just like this corridor. Why is that? The Ojoguchi does need someone to stand guard at all hours of the day and night, so maybe our enemy thought that marionettes who don't need to sleep would be right for the job. What a ridiculous idea. At any rate, this is definitely the door to the Uku, so we can't afford to stop now. You there, the attendant with 4 arms. Welcome, thank you for coming. Please enjoy your... Beep. It can talk? Well, aren't you just full of surprises? But I am Kasaga no Sobane. Subone. Boy. Oh, I apologize. I've spent my life watching over the Uku. It will take more than a little song and dance to scare me off now, you bizarre marionette. Now step aside, or I will strike you down where you stand. Hiya! Oh, whoops, it seems this is your lucky day, you monster. I don't have my naginata on me now. Sorry for the trouble, Lady Par. Would you mind taking over from here? Wait, huh? You can't just spring these things on me. You can't just spring these things on me like this. Finally a battle, and we're like an hour in or something. Oh boy. And it's one battle. Oh, okay, so it's... Oh, goodness gracious. Go and welcome. Oh. What the... Well, this is interesting. Oh, goodness gracious, Kiara. What have you done to that nun's habit? familiarize myself with her abilities again. Hold on, what is this? Interesting. Actually, we'll start with the small one. Build up a little bit of Shuten's Noble Phantasm gauge. Now, is she gonna just keep summoning more? Yes, she is. Reception. No effect. What was that about? Are they going to attack? This is very strange. Something weird's going on here. But I'm just gonna keep attacking until someone has a Noble Phantasm and then unload it on that thing. Magical Nun Kung Fu. I don't quite understand what's going on here, but yeah, this will probably, this will get shooting enough so she can do her Noble Phantasm, which will be fun for you guys to watch. Just a normal nun, that's what she is. Yeah, no. I'm kind of... What is that gauge over there? What is going on here? This is very strange. Alright, well, we're just gonna Noble Phantasm you. Say goodbye. Oh, hold on. Just in case. By the way, this is Shuten Doji Caster here. This is essentially what would happen if an Oni wanted to be a magical girl. So. And here we go! Shuten's Noble Phantasm. Fun thing about this Noble Phantasm, there will be randomly sometimes a different version of it where another Oni is riding on her gourd there and rides it like a rocket. Oh, a rare treasure. Nice. Well, that was a weird bit of fight. Lancelot down. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that particular craft essence. I'm very close to leveling up my master. Its exposed neck is unsettling. Sigh, they looked so suspicious, and we were about to fight them anyway, so I didn't hesitate to exorcise them, but... They never actually attacked us, did they? Oh, I feel kind of bad. They must have been too scared to fight back after seeing your divine glory, goddess. Oh, and I guess your faith scared them off, too, Lady Sasoi? Like Kiara. Anyway, now that there's no one left to get in our way, come on, let's go. Master, I suspect you're going to find an even stranger world past the passageway than what you're seeing now. It could be ruled by structures, laws, and theories that are completely different from the ones outside the Uku. Basically, there's no telling what might happen. Oh yes, this is what a good dungeon crawl should be like. Oh boy. Oh sorry, I slipped into spectator mode by mistake. I should take a page from Holmes' book when it comes to keeping my cool. Oh, I thought you were sorry. I thought you were talking about a Lancelot craft essence called Lancelot Down. Good job beating Lancelot. Berserkers can always be dangerous. Ah, that is 1 Saint Quartz earned. I think you can get like 48 out of this event. Oh, what? Okay, I don't think anything actually happened there. Alright, so we're going to that again because I like friend points. This event apparently is almost like a mini story chapter, so it is pretty big. Boy, oh boy. Oh, that's pretty. This is the place. Question mark. Oh my. The door just locked itself behind us. Yeah, we're in a dungeon crawl, alright. Looks like they have no intention of letting us leave. Fine by me. Let's keep moving then. This may be a moot point at this point, but is it really okay for me to be here? Please don't call attention to that. I'm trying my hardest not to think about it. Of course, there are strict rules about who gets to enter the Uku, but those are bound to change with the times. Besides, there are clearly more important things to worry about right now. In fact, now that I really think about it, this hallway is just like the Uzuruka we were just in. The sliding doors, the walls, the ceiling, the flooring, the decorative transom. None of it is like the Uku I know, not one bit. If this isn't the real Uku, which it clearly isn't, then I don't have to worry about the rules. In fact, I'll be damned if I do. So there we go. So this is the Uku. Of course, being a woman of the cloth as I am, I have never seen such a place before, let alone entered one. But I never expected such lurid lighting. And intimate quarters. Oh, I can practically feel the dark passion here, crowding out the very air itself. In fact, I can't help but notice something sweet roiling about in these walls. Thank you, Carrie. In fact, I can't help but notice something sweet roiling about in these walls, so thick that it all but chokes me. But I suppose that is hardly a surprise. The Uku is a cloistered palace where the press of warm bodies and passion can be felt at all hours. Is it not? Oh boy. Oh no, don't worry. I'm not here to condemn such things. It is, after all, necessary for the survival of the species. To be alive is to be slave to the desires of the flesh, you know. Oh gosh, Kiara. Oh no, this isn't normal at all. I'm afraid you have some very big misconceptions about the Uku, Lady Kiara. The real Uku is nothing like this dim subterranean labyrinth. Yes, it's broad and complex, but it is also clean and spacious and perfectly pleasant. It even had a garden. Besides, the Uku is reserved solely for the shogun's wife and concubines. Its purpose is to ensure a safe place in which to produce an heir to the Tokugawa family. That is why it exists. If you think the shogun simply goes about laying his hands on any woman in the place who happens to catch his eye, like the harems you may have heard about in other countries, you could not be further from the truth, and I'll thank you not to spread your groundless impressions further. Really? That's exactly what I thought it was too. Not you too, Lady Parvati. It seems I need to educate you all on exactly what the Uku is and what it stands for. Fortunately, as the Shogun's wet nurse, I am responsible for his education, so I have plenty of experience teaching all manner of things. Alright, all of you have a seat. We're in the middle of a dungeon! I would also be interested to hear your lecture about the Uku, Kasuga no Subone, but I think I'll have to wait. Thank you, Mash. I'm picking up something ahead of you. This is not just something, it is a human, just a simple, ordinary human signal. Oh. Cough. Of all the possible reasons that I ran through my mind when I heard the commotion near the Okajuki. Ojoguchi. I never expected this. This is going to be quite the hassle. You're Lord Matsudare. Matsudare. Lord Matsudare Izunukami Nobutu Suna. What are you doing here? Let me check the old database here. There. That name. One of the highest ranked officials in General Litmitsu's shogunate, and one of the 3 key advisors supporting him. He was especially renowned for his vast intelligence and was called Wise Izu. I guess he must have been around during this time as well. Indeed he is. Though I do not get the sense that we haven't seen each other in a long time. A long time? I've never seen you before in my life, woman. Fine then, what if I call you by your childhood name? Lord Choshiro. Even if I do look different now, I can't believe you would forget about the woman who raised you. It's me, Fuku, Kasuga no Tsubune. Cough. Hard as it is to believe, seeing your piercing eyes and the way you conduct yourself. It does seem that you could only be Lady Kasuga. Yet another strange occurrence. If anything strange around here, it's you. What are you doing here? And why do I get the feeling you look much younger than you're supposed to? Let us just say that I have my lord to thank for my new youth. Now what are you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be bedridden. Never mind me. Who is this lord you're serving? If your answer is anything besides the shogun... Lord Let's Move? He is not dead, but he is no longer here either. I would not serve him any more even if I wished to. Thus, I now serve none but the Lord of the New Uku, here in this new Edo castle. Your services are no longer needed, Lady Kasuga. You're one of Lord Litmitsu's most trusted advisors. How could you be so shameless as you turn your back on him? I know I raised you better than that. You speak nonsense, Lady Kasuga. How can I serve a lord who is no longer here? So is Gordolf your new lord? That Tokugawa... Something's wrong with this guy. Cough hack. At any rate, you must all be given a proper welcome. But that is a job for the attendants, not myself. Somebody, come here. Ah! So there are more of those things. Oh, a proper welcome. Does this mean you're going to dance for us? Oh. These look that they're going to be much more aggressive than those last guards. Please get back. Stand back. Ugh. Finally, some more fighting. Oh, 6 people in one fight. Let's build some MP gauge. Yes, there we go. One hit will be just fine. Wait, how are they moving? That is weird. Alright, so we're going to unleash Shugen's Noble Phantasm early. Certainly very energetic, this one. None Kung Fu. Oh, we're dropping the resources now. Yeah, okay, here we go. Alright, so... Let's start. Okay, I didn't know how much that charged her Noble Phantasm. I don't think I've ever used Kiara, actually. So while we still have all the nice buster buffs from... We are going to use... I'm going to save her Noble Phantasm, Heaven's Hole, yes, really. So then we clear out this last one and all the enemies are on the field. There's still one... Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, how they move is unsettling. Thankfully, we have class advantage. Alright, so Kiara's Noble Phantasm is it an AoE or a single target? Okay, yeah, it's all, so that's fine. So we're gonna do that. Just hold a sec. 5 approaches to meditation. Okay, now more chance to maybe kill them all. Oh, I messed that up a little bit, but this Noble Phantasm I think should finish them all off. Now watch this, guys, watch this. Unsettling it will be. Kiara, you're being very creepy. And there you go. I don't think I actually hit Pence once, which is pretty funny, considering Berserker usually get smashed down pretty quick. Yeah, we're getting some of the resources. So we're getting up on near the 2-hour mark, guys, so we're probably going to call it quits for the night at 9. And then I'm going to have to make a decision whether I want to keep playing a little offline myself, but we got time for that yet. Phew, I'm glad that's over with. I can confirm there are no more hostiles nearby, but I'm afraid it seems that man from before is gone as well. Lord Nobutsunu. You were never the most sociable person, but I'm certain you cared for the Shogun just as much as I did. You were his loyal retainer. Why would you do this? At least we know that whoever is behind this is working with people like that. As a high-ranking shogunate official, second only to the shogun himself, he must know all about Edo Castle. And if he's working with whoever's behind this, maybe he knows where Director Gordolf and the others are too. I hope we can get some information out of him next time we see him. Either way, we will need to keep making our way through this labyrinth if we want answers. Urbanoff, this is where the real dungeon crawl begins. I know it looks impossible to navigate, but given that someone must have built it, I would be very surprised if there were not some way to determine the correct route. It could just be some kind of idiosyncrasy on the part of its creator during the building process, or it could be something they did intentionally. Whichever it is, I want you to keep a close eye on your surroundings so you do not miss it. Alright. Now, are we going to get some, like, free quests or something now? Alright, second St. Quartz earned. I'm keeping a log of this, so later on so I can... Ooh. What is happening over there? Mouse room? No battles. Ooh, we get a lantern of some kind. More talking. All the talking. A path splits. Oh, a path splits in two. Which way to go? Oh, it wasn't even a thing. Pick a route. Choose from multiple routes at a junction. Expend an Ozu's paper lantern to execute the quest. The map will be unlocked for the route you choose. You can unlock unselected routes later with another lantern. Choose your route carefully as you explore the Uku. Interesting. I'm gonna go to this bigger room. His warm presence. Warm corridor. The floor is nice and warm and cozy. Ah, the Tanuki room. Okay, event quest. Only 3 servants. Alright, we get another lantern. Alright. So we don't have our support servants quest now. So let's see. Waivers. Yeah, let's go with a waiver. And I am actually going to equip an event craft essence. Quick cards. You know, actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stick until I get the farming spots unlocked. I'm just gonna be more content with clearing stuff, especially as I only have the 3 servants. I don't want to risk embarrassing myself and failing. Maidservants are waiting inside the room. Thank you, Aubrey. I hope I win too. I'm somewhat confused myself what's going on. But it seems I'm doing a slow dungeon crawl through a underground labyrinth of what used to be harem chambers. Alright, time to remember what Waiver does. God, he's got big head syndrome. I must say, the environments for this are very pretty, and the servants are creepy, but very interesting designs. Alright, so Waiver, what do you do again? Okay, yeah. Increase MP gauge, put defense up. I'm gonna wait on that one. Increase critical gauge and MP gauge for that. I'm gonna wait on that too. So we're just gonna go with what we got. Do I want to charge MP? I'm just gonna go for the smash. Get Waver's MP up a little though. Well, I can understand why this would make you think of Persona. It is turn-based stuff, I think. So, and there's lots of kooky things. Like these, I'm sure these enemies could be something you'd find in Persona. Oh, time for an MP charge chain. We're gonna target this one though, so we might actually have a chance of killing them. I do have to be mindful of the ones gaining MP charge though. And now I'm gonna have Pence unlocked. Oh, I got through an invincibility shield. Let's see. Just in case I can't kill that one this turn, I don't want it getting its MP off.
あげるわ
So we are gonna...
よかろう罠だ
Good old Penthesilea, my long-term favorite, who actually got to the maximum level of bond in the game practically. Once I get her to bond level 11, I'll get a lovely payout too for quartz. Sadly, I don't think it really does much for Panther herself, but you know, beggars cannot be choosers. Ooh, that one at the back is a little concerning. Let's get rid of that one first. We have one more turn on a high-ranked one, and it's at a single buster turning from death, so...
どないやろな
Whew. Even without your buffs, Pinch, I love how hard you hit. Okay, we got lots going on here. Now, just because I think I might be able to show off... Oh, no. I'm gonna try and get waivers. There we go, because I wanted to do everyone's Noble Phantasms at once. So now that I think about it, oh well. Actually, you know, I'll just do this. Stunned. Alright, so just Noble Phantasm Palooza now. Boop, boop. Yeah.
ほなま
Smashy smash, he goes the Amazon. Can you guys tell that she doesn't like Achilles very much? And now for a Noble Phantasm, wasted. On like 6,000 health left. Oh, this is gonna be so much overkill. That's what I get for bringing a single target Noble Phantasm to a non-boss fight.
ついでにこれもだーんとくらいや
Alright, so what's the... Alright. Time to just, yeah, let's finish this. Boop, boop, boop.
なかなか骨のある強者であった
Not a whole lot of experience there. Oh, I'm so close to getting level 29 for my master. Though, God, that Mystic Coat takes so long to level up, it's ridiculous. I don't even know if it's really worth it. I think it only lowers the cooldown on the abilities a little bit. Yay, I get to explore one more room, maybe. That gauge is making me slightly worried. Okay, Oh. Is that a free quest now? Procuring tools, interesting. That I will come back to, though. I'm more interested about exploring. I'm gonna keep going to the left. Scratch marks, ooh. What could that portend? Oh, something's going on here. There's animal fur on the floor? What is this? Damaged corridor, okay. Howling can be heard from inside the room. They are really laying on the atmosphere with these little things. Tiger room. Oh, you know what? I bet I know who this is going to be. And it is just Berserker, so we're going to go with dear old artist. And I'm going to bring my anti-Berserker specialist. Nice to see you, Abby. Now, let's see what... oh, it's just a Chimera. I thought it was going to be, like, Tamamo Cat. But, you know, that's fine. Alright, this will probably be the last fight for the night. Oh, it's a single thing. This will be not terribly difficult. Buff myself up to heck. Alright, add these things. Increase your Phantasm Gauge. Master Stereo, which I really should love a lot. We're just gonna go bam, bam, bam. This will not likely take long at all. Persona, now we're doing Kingdom Hearts with Keyblades. Using two foreigners, servants with connections to outer gods. Oh, that went off really quick. Alright, so we're going to try and charge Abby's thing here. And give a little MP gauge gain to Hokusai, whose attacks are very interesting. Sadly, that wasn't as much charge as I was hoping. But oh well. I would like to finish with Abigail's Noble Phantasm. It looks pretty cool. I think it would be a good way to end the evening on a good note. It'll also be incredible overkill at this point, but... I do like this craft essence that gives Panth 2-hit invincibility. It's sad I couldn't max limit break it. Alright, Abby, do your thing. Buster Chain, unleash the outer gods. This is always pretty cool. Just wish she was wearing something else.
その指先で触れたもん我が父なる我その神髄を宿す慈しみとならバラの眠りを越えいざ究極の門へと至らんクリボー雷蔵堪能堪能
And there you have it. Hey, a gold apple. Always nice. And another lantern. Okay, so that was a dead end. Good thing we got a lantern, though. So, we have been streaming now for just a tiny over 2 hours. And stream seems to have not been disrupted or anything like the first time, which was kind of annoying, but I don't know what caused it. But this has been a pretty good stress test, and we got some pretty lucky rolls at the start. Thank you for those coming into chat, bringing your good luck with you. Much appreciated. Oh, I still can't believe that worked out so well as it did. So, I am probably going to call it quits for tonight. I don't want to try leaping to 3 hours after only doing a 1 hour stream. My voice is starting to get a little scratchy at this point for me. And at this point it's just going to be a lot of fights too. So, I may play this particular bit of a dungeon offline until the next story chapter unlocks, and then I might stream that. Depends on when I get the next opportunity to stream. I don't want to fall too far behind by waiting for streaming content, but the option does exist that if I want to come on and go through the story, I can always go back to my room materials, it says, and it just shows you the story bits. So I could do that. But that will be determined for a later date. So, for the moment, I am going to say thank you all for coming out to the stream tonight. I very much appreciate it. You guys are very great and a friendly bunch, and good luck apparently. So I'm going to call it quits for tonight, and I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I hope to talk to you all again soon. Have a good night, y'all.